Good morning, Greg Silva. Hey, I just want to give you something to think about. A lot of you watched football. Football started yesterday, and you probably saw a couple games. And this is a huge phenomenon that we see, and sometimes we just wonder why. Someone's running with the ball, they start getting close to the end zone, and all of a sudden they start increasing their speed and separating the difference between them and the tackler. Now, are these just superior athletes? I mean, what happens when they kind of turn on the afterburners and all of a sudden start getting faster and increasing their speed? And I was reading something today that's called the X zone. People get in the X zone, and it's not only happens with people, but I was also reading that when a missile goes off on a ship and it's going to intercept another missile, as it gets closer, it can sense the energy, and all of a sudden things start going crazy with their computers. It starts honing in so it hits the target, so that things actually speed up in the thinking process. Now, this is also important to your business. Some people wonder why people that get coaching do better than people who don't get coaching. What happens is if people are getting coached, their coaches have seen success over and over, and they can sense when someone's getting close to their goal. They get more excited. They start feeding the person that they're coaching with these small ideas and things to do, and all of a sudden that person sees the goal quicker. I know I'm working with a person called Charles Jargon now, and he's in St. Louis. And when I first started coaching with him, he was the $8,000 grossing client, and a couple months ago he hit 15,000. My goal is, I can see it coming, is to have him do 20,000 by the end of the year. Now I'm getting more excited because I can see exactly what we have to do. He's getting more excited. He looks forward to our phone calls so he can start working all the systems needed to meet that goal. Now, a couple other things that can really help you with your X zone. One is to come to our national convention. If you're sitting at your school and you're not doing things like this, all of a sudden you see the goal as a very small target. But if you've been to a target range and been shooting or doing archery, you see that there's a bullseye. Even in if you're playing darts, there's a bullseye and then there's other circles. And if you start getting closer to the bullseye, even without hitting the bullseye, but you know you're making progress and you can see that goal, it gets you more and more excited. And you don't give up. And if you're way off the board, and say, okay, maybe this isn't for me, I really don't know what I'm doing, and all of a sudden you feel lost. But as you start zoning in and getting closer to that target, all of a sudden the X zone kicks in, you get that more energy. Same thing happens to marathon runners. They're running for 25 miles. All of a sudden they see the goal line, and what happens? They get a burst of energy. The X zone all of a sudden hits in, and all of a sudden they get faster and faster, and they start getting speed, and they come across the finish line almost in a sprint, even after running 25 miles. So what does all this mean? All this means that you have to feed yourself with the end results in mind so you can see the goal, and then you have to educate yourself when you start getting closer to that goal so you get excited. You start working on smaller projects, you start honing in your thoughts, and you get closer and closer to your goal. So if it's reading, if it's studying the tapes that we send out through Cornerman, if it's going to events, which are really important, because now you're going to be surrounded yourself with people that have made it, and they're going to say, hey, man, you're getting close. This is all you have to do. And all of a sudden you see that progress faster and faster. You're going to kick in the afterburners, and you're going to reach your financial or your success goals for your school quicker. So I'm really excited. It's Monday, something to think about. Make sure you really watch the videos and the webinars we're doing this week. I'm doing one on Wednesday that is not going to increase your business, but it's going to show you how to increase your growth with what you're doing now. Some simple steps that can make a huge difference just in your presentation skills. So watch for my webinar on Wednesday. All the webinars are great this week. Bill sent me out the schedule for the week. Some fantastic things are coming your way. So make sure you get on, make sure you learn, make sure you get excited. And if you want to read more about the X Zone, pick up the latest version of Success Magazine, the latest issue of Success Magazine. Page 60, they have an article, and it talks about this part of goal setting and the X Zone that people start reaching. So enjoy yourself, educate yourself, have a great week.